So welcome to DF Education Portal. So in this session we will discuss about oxidation and reduction. Okay. So what is oxidation and what is reduction? We already discussed about this in the first sessions. Okay. So this oxidation means gaining of oxygen. When we are observing a reaction, when we are conducting a chemical reaction, if there is gaining of oxygen or addition of oxygen is happening within that chemical reaction, we can call that type of reaction as oxidation reaction, right? And if there is loss of oxygen atom during a chemical reaction, or if oxygen atom is removed from a compound, then such type of reaction we can call it as reduction. Gain of oxygen we can call it as oxidation, and loss of oxygen we can call it as reduction. And if there is both oxidation and reduction is occurring within a same chemical reaction, such type of reaction we can call it as redox reaction or oxidation reduction reaction. Okay, so within this class we will discuss about these terms: oxidation reaction, reduction, redox reactions. Okay, redox reactions we can also call it as oxidation reduction reactions. Okay, so these are the terms which we are learning in this class. Okay, so we are taking a china dish. Okay, so within that china dish we are taking copper metal. Okay, so what is the color of this copper metal? Color of this copper metal is brown. Okay, and we are heating this china dish. Okay, so what will happen? After some time the color of this copper will be changed, or this copper metal will be changed into powder, and the color of this copper will be black. Okay, so what is happening when we are applying this heat to this copper metal? So there may be some chemical reaction, right? That's why the color of this copper metal is changed from brown to black. So what is the chemical reaction happening when we are doing this experiment? Okay, so at first we are taking copper metal, right? And we are heating this copper metal. Then we are getting the color of this copper is brown. After heating, the color of the copper is changed to black, right? So there must be change in the chemical compound. That's why the color of this compound is changed, right? So what is happening when we are heating this copper? Actually, when we are heating this copper metal, it is actually reacting with oxygen atom from the air. When we are heating this copper metal, actually this copper metal is reacting with oxygen from the air, and we are getting copper oxide. Okay, we are getting copper oxide. So we can balance this equation like this. Okay, so what is happening when we are heating a copper metal? Copper is actually reacting with oxygen and getting copper oxide. Okay, that's why the color of this compound is changed from brown to black. That means copper is getting oxidized. Copper is reacted with this oxygen atom to get copper oxide. Okay, so similar, if we are taking this copper oxide, the color of this copper oxide is black, right? And when we are passing hydrogen to this copper oxide, what will happen? If we are passing hydrogen gas to this copper oxide, the color will again change from black to brown. So the brown color is due to the presence of copper metal, right? So there may be elimination of water from this reaction. So that's why we are getting brown colored copper metal. Okay, so if we are passing hydrogen gas through this copper oxide, we are getting copper and water. Okay, that's why the color of this compound is changed from black to brown. Okay, so we want to check whether is this what is happening within this reaction. What about the oxidation and reduction terms? Okay, so what is oxidation? Gain of gain of oxygen atom, right? Gain of oxygen atom. Reduction is loss of oxygen atom, right? So when we are observing this first reaction, copper react with oxygen to get copper oxide. So copper is getting oxidized. That means an oxygen atom is gained. Okay, so we can say that copper is oxidized to get copper oxide. Oxidation. So what is the reaction happening within this case? Copper gains oxygen to form copper oxide. Okay, so we can say that copper is oxidized to get copper oxide. Copper is oxidized to get CuO, right? So similarly, when we are taking this reaction, what is happening here? Here, copper oxide, CuO is turned to Cu. That means what's happening? Loss of oxygen is happening, right? So CuO to Cu. What is happening? Loss of oxygen. Loss of oxygen means reduction. So this is reduction. So copper of CuO is reduced to form copper. Loss of oxygen is happening. And what about this one? Hydrogen. Here hydrogen is changed to H2O. That means oxygen is added to this hydrogen. This lost or this oxygen is removed when we are moving from reactant to product side, right? And that oxygen is actually added with this hydrogen atom. So what is the case of hydrogen atom over here? When we are moving from hydrogen to H2O, oxygen is added. So what is happening here? Oxidation. Oxidation, gain of oxygen, right? So H2 is oxidized to form H2O. Okay, so within this reaction, what is happening? Copper is oxidized to get CuO. When we are taking this reaction, CuO is reduced to form Cu and H2 is oxidized to form H2O. That means when we are taking this single reaction, there is both oxidation and reduction. So when we are taking a chemical reaction and within that chemical reaction, both oxidation and reduction is happening, such type of reaction we can call it as what? Redox reactions or oxidation reduction reaction. So this is the first example, this is the second example. So this is an example for oxidation reaction and this is an example for redox reaction. So this is an example for redox reactions because both oxidation and reduction is happening within a single reaction. Here oxidation reaction. Okay, oxidation reaction. So similarly we can take some other example.